It's good. This is really part three of the same question, why work? But if you could imagine people not having to work in certain societies, and because of whatever reason, that relationship changes, and now they have to face the reality of having to work.
Hmm.
What is your thinking about that?
This might sound heartless, what I'm about to say, but the very worst fate that could befall somebody, from the point of view of what actually matters to being human, is that you can live a life entirely subsidized at the behest of somebody else. There's no good can come of that. Only a very deep moral crippling can come from that. And the reason for this is that people don't have enough pressure back to actually engage this maturation process. You know, every human being is born here to get. Unconditionally. At birth, the infant has had nothing yet, so whatever the infant is going to get, it'll still get. When we die, we lose or give everything unconditionally. And one could say, yeah, but I mean, when I die, I don't give anything, everything gets taken away from me. But I mean, clearly the difference between giving something and having it taken from you is not the event itself, it's the intent of the person who's going through the experience. In other words, when you die, you either experience everything being ripped away from you, or you give it unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly, if you only succeed at this project of giving, of living, if you like, if that at the point of death you can hand everything over unconditionally. You don't have it ripped out of your hands. So if you like, the deportment and the demeanor of the person at the point of death is the final arbiter, the final seal of a successful or an unsuccessful life. The question is, how does one live a life to be able to prepare you for an eloquent death? Now, if you live a life where you are entirely subsidized by somebody else, where you don't actually have to give anything, but you continue staying in the almost the psychological realm of the infant who just opens his mouth and is fed, then you don't have grist to the mill to go into this process of struggling with the world in order to learn that you're not here to get anything at all, you're here to give. So if you think about how we mature, the infant only rises beyond the kind of the absolute sort of self-centeredness of infancy and of young childhood, because he knows, I've got to be nice to people to get out of them what I want. And that over a period of time morphs into the intent of the adolescent, who says, I've got to be seen to be significant by other people, which is why adolescents are so competitive, to get out of them what I want. The adolescent's endeavor, which is being competitive, working to win, is found to be destructive by people. So the adolescent then learns, I can't just work to satisfy myself. I can't just work to compete and beat everybody else. I have to really learn to cooperate. I've got to work with, And eventually this working to work with then puts you in the position where you realize that actually the point of doing is to do things well, not to do things that are useful. All of that progression is only possible if there's a reason to work in the first place. If there's no reason to work in the first place, you can just stay like a chick in the nest. So in terms of the actual cultivating of human beings and of citizens, the very worst thing, the most catastrophic thing that can befall people is sort of a socialized political establishment which is so extreme that people don't have to do anything at all and they get the basic requirements of life. It is the very worst thing that can happen to people. And, well, it might be a bit strong to say the basic requirements of life, but that the whole of the benefit that everything that you get from life is guaranteed as you start. That there's no requirement for the endeavor of the individual.
Yes.